Hi everyone, it's Lottie. First of all, I want to apologise for how incredibly late this vlog is. I did intend to get it out within a couple of weeks of coming back from Phuket, but we went to Dubai about 2 weeks after we got home, and then it's been Finn's 3rd birthday this month, and we've had various colds as well, so the whole household haven't been feeling very well. So that's delayed me getting this out to you a little bit, but I hope it's worth the wait. I've tried something a little bit different in this video. I decided to do to narrate it, to share a few tips and bits of advice while we're watching the video. So it's an experiment, we'll see how that goes. As I'm sure you'll be able to see from the video, we had a wonderful time. We loved every minute of it. That's not to say that it's not challenging to travel long haul with a toddler. It is, it definitely is, but it was worth it 1,000 times over. It's the best holiday that I have ever been on. I don't think I've ever been as happy, and certainly Finn has never been as happy. Again, Adam as well, probably never seen him that happy. So it was absolutely worth it, but I have learned quite a lot from this trip, and I want to share some of that in this vlog. And if you have any questions about anything, just pop a comment underneath and I'll try and answer it the best I can. But we've already decided we're going back for Christmas, possibly New Year, this year 2022, and I'm going to apply the things that I learned the first time round for our second long haul to Phuket with Finn. I think the main thing is probably I wouldn't stay in a hotel for 2 weeks with a toddler again. So this time we'll definitely go in an Airbnb or a villa in a hotel or something like that, just to have that extra space. Be helped to have some separation so Finn can sleep in his own room and we're not disturbing each other then throughout the night. So yeah, there's a tip. If you can afford to do so, then get yourself somewhere with a couple of bedrooms. So it just makes it so that everybody sleeps better and you have a better holiday altogether. If you can't, it's doable. We did it and the hotel was a fantastic price. So it's perfectly doable, but for a more comfortable time, I recommend a little bit more space, especially if you're going to go for 2 or 3 weeks or longer. So I really hope you enjoy the video. I didn't record every single day. The video probably would have been several hours long if I'd done that. So it's more like the highlights of our holiday, some of our favourite places that we went. And I'll of course link all the places that we went in the description box so you can check those out if you're going to Phuket soon. One final thing to say before we get into it. As with Thailand, things can change overnight, and they did right up to the day that we travelled. So it's really important that you keep checking with your embassy what exactly it is that you need. The CCSA have just changed the rules, so you no longer need the day 5 PCR test when you're on the island. You now need to take a lateral flow test that you administer yourself, and you have to upload the results of that onto your Morchana app. You'll find information about that online. A particularly good source for up-to-date information on requirements is The Tiger. I'll link them below as well. They have a YouTube channel where you can get right up to the minute information and advice on exactly what you need. And they also lay it out in a really simple way. Sometimes the Thai websites are a bit difficult to follow, but The Tiger do it in a really good way. Okay, I hope you enjoy it.
Okay, piece of advice number 1, if you are travelling long haul with a family and you don't live near the airport, then definitely book a hotel room at the airport, and then you can sleep over there and then wake up in the morning and get your flight. You're going to be so much more relaxed than having to stress about whether you're going to make it on time. We did exactly that. So we travelled down for 7 hours from Durham and stayed at the airport, and it meant that we got on the plane and we were just relaxed, and thankfully Finn was ready to sleep straight away.
Well, this intro is a little later than expected. It's been a bit of a frantic time, lots of rule and regulation changes daily. We made it. We are in Dubai Airport. So we're halfway through the journey to Phuket. Our plane leaves Dubai in a couple of hours. So at the moment, excuse me, these masks. Adam and Finn are playing in the play area, and then we're going to go get some food before we board our second flight. Let's have a look at what they're doing.
Dubai Airport had this great little play area near the B gates where Finn could have a little play with some of the other children that were waiting to get on their flight.
Oh, what a day.
You're going to watch him in case he comes right off the end, Adam.
Another bit of advice is just make sure that you wear your children out between flights. If you have a stopover somewhere, get them out of their pushchairs, out of their prams, and get them running around. Even if they have to roll around on the ground, it's okay. You can clean them up with some wipes. Just get those wiggles out before you get on your second flight.
So we're at a Rico Catter after 24 hours of travel. Do you like that? What's that you're drinking?
Oh, our beautiful hotel, Rico Catter. I miss it already. It was such a good price. I can't remember exactly how much we paid, but it was way under £1,000 for 2 weeks for our family room. Had a massive bed, so there was plenty of space for the three of us. Lovely restaurant. They did room service as well. And the jewel in the crown was definitely the pool, which you'll see a bit later on. But yeah, it's just a really stylish place, and they had Christmas tree up for the tourists.
Well, we arrived last night and we've already completely ruined the room, so I won't show you too much of that, but it is really lovely. And this is the balcony, and Finn is staring at the pool. He just can't wait to go in. We're going to get some cream on and go in. We've managed to sleep till midday, which is great, but we don't want to waste the day, do we, darling? But all he's done is stare at the pool because he's obsessed with swimming. Do you want to go swimming? Yeah? Go swimming? Yeah? Say, look, Daddy. Hello. Happy as fun. Hi, darling. Okay. Okay, I have a few minutes to myself while the boys are sorting something out in the hotel. To give you a quick update, everything's going really well so far. We're just a little bit jet lagged still, but this is only day 3. So there seems to be a weird pattern with Finn. He sleeps from like 8:39 until 12 midnight, then he wakes up and then he's up until about 4. And he's back to sleep again, and then he wants to sleep all day. So the last couple of days we've got up at like 11:30 midday. You know, we can't do that because we're going to miss out on our holiday if we don't get up till midday. So trying to figure out how to improve our situation. I don't know why he's getting up, I don't know why 4 hours in the middle of the night, but yeah. But other than that, we're fine and we're enjoying it. We had a really lovely day yesterday despite being in bed till midday, and again today we're going to Maybelle's Coffee Garden for some lunch. Maybelle's and Richie's YouTube channel is the first Phuket related YouTube channel that I followed when back in December 2020 when we decided that we wanted to emigrate to Phuket. Well, it was just Thailand then, I didn't know a location, so I followed a bunch of different YouTube channels, and Richie and Maybelle's was the first, and it's where I've got a lot of my sort of information about travelling over here. So yeah, it's really informative, really good for people who want to emigrate. So it's going to be really nice to go, because I've been following their journey for a long time, and I've seen them from where they started with the coffee garden and where it is now with their other businesses. So yeah, I'm hoping they might be there so I can meet them, but I imagine we'll be there more than once, as it's only a 5-minute drive from here, from the hotel. Yeah, so that would be really nice to finally see it, and I think Finn will enjoy it because it's a nice garden and there's a water feature, and he'll probably be obsessed with that, knowing him. Yeah, so I'm just waiting for them to come back and we'll be off. Just as a little side note, you know that episode of Friends where Monica, they go to Florida or something for a conference, and Monica has issues with her hair being frizzy? I'm having the same problem. It's extremely humid. I think today is the hottest day so far. I think it's about 30. So it's nice. It's still nice. It's just extremely humid, as you can see, like bathed in sweat all the time. But that's part of being in the rainforest, I suppose.
And here we are at Maybelle's Coffee Garden, a place that I've wanted to go for 12 months. It had the most fantastic vibe there. It was such a positive place, and of course the garden was beautiful and the food and the drinks were fantastic, and Finn was in heaven. Finn is watering the plants in the coffee garden. Are you going to water them, darling? That's it? Yes. After Maybelle's, we drove up a very steep hill to visit Green Heart Garden for some lunch. It's got a really relaxed feeling, beanbags, so you can sit down and just look at the gorgeous view over the jungle towards the coast of Catter and Caron. What do you think? How beautiful is that? That's all for you. Finn and I were very brave, and we went and lay on the nets that were suspended over the cliff. I think I was more afraid than him, just in case it gave way, but yeah, what an incredible place, and I highly recommend it. Again, the food and the drinks here were fabulous.
Come here. If we go through, it's not too far to fall, we'll survive.
Lovely.
It smells lovely, the leaf. After exploring the island for the rest of the day, we finished at the Sun Deck, which is a restaurant right on the cliff looking over Catanoy Beach. It was perhaps the most beautiful sunset that we saw while we were there. We did see quite a few. Phuket is known for its incredible sunsets. Smile! We finished off the day with a bit of nightlife and some live music. We had to fight to keep Finn from going over and playing the drums. He loves anybody playing live music, so I think he's going to be quite musical when he grows up, but he really, really enjoyed listening to them. And singing along, it seems. And then back to Maybelle's a couple of days later for breakfast again. And that day we did get to meet Richie and Maybelle and have a chat with them, which was great. And, oh bless him, Finn loved the orange juice there. Adam had a few of their coffees, which he absolutely loved. They do great iced coffees. And I enjoyed my tea.
Good. Good. Do you want another one? You want another one? Yeah.
So this is a hazelnut, iced hazelnut macchiato from Maybelle's Coffee Garden. Ooh. And of course a bit more watering of the coffee garden before we left. Right, we're at Rawai Park today, so Finn can have a play. There's an outdoor play area, but it's undercover, which is great, so I don't want him in the sun this time of day. And then over here there's a pool and a restaurant, and over here is an indoor play area, which I'm sure we'll try out later. But it's really cute. Very difficult to find though. The sat-nav did not know where to go. But I know we're going to have a very fun afternoon here and get some of Finn's energy out. After we left Maybelle's, we went to Rawai Park, as I've just said. This is actually Christmas Day, so we decided to do something for Finn that he would really enjoy. So we took him to this place that's like a giant indoor and outdoor play area. Highly recommend this place if you have a family and you want to give them a bit of a treat. It was really quite cheap, and we stayed there a few hours and everyone had a good time. They have a great and really well equipped indoor play area that's got air conditioning, so if you go on a day where you really don't want the little ones to be outside in the heat, then this is a great option. Yay! This is the best day of your life, isn't it? Ah! Woo! And in. Is that good? Yeah? Is that good? Are you having fun? Outside by the pool area they have a cafe for lunch, and the pool is particularly good because it's only a few inches deep. The next morning we drove over to Patong Beach. It took about 20 minutes from our hotel in Catter, so not far. And I think this actually might have been my favourite beach. I wasn't expecting that. Because this is in the really built up touristy area, I really didn't think I was going to enjoy it, but I did. I absolutely loved it. The beach was just so clean, and there were plenty of places to sit, plenty of lounges, and the service was really good. They just kept coming and making sure you had drinks and food, and yeah, it was just beautifully warm, clean water, and I think this might have been the happiest Finn was throughout the entire holiday. That evening we returned to Patong. We wanted to have a walk up Bangla Road. It's not really my kind of area, but you have to do it. If you're going to come to Phuket, you have to do it. It was pretty intense, but busier than I was expecting. Let's just hope the recovery continues. The next evening we went to On the Hill Karon for our dinner. Again, another stunning view, this time over Karon Beach, and you can see Big Buddha there on the hill. There was a little play area as well for Finn that kept him occupied while we waited for our food to arrive. But yes, the sunset from here was incredible as well. And to finish the evening, a little bit of watering that restaurant too. The next day we drove up to the north of the island and to Blue Tree Lagoon. Wow, what a place. It was a giant water park. and obviously Finn, it was in heaven there. There was so much for him to do, and he loved it. He was just in heaven the whole day, and it was great to see him like that, and it made us happy too. So yes, definitely recommend Blue Tree Lagoon if you have young kids that you want to get some of their energy out. There's also plenty to do there for adults as well. There's huge slides and zip lines, which Adam was brave enough to have a go on. Zip lines and adventurous things like that are just not my idea of fun, so Finn and I laid on the lounges and had a rest while we watched Daddy on the zip line. The next day we walked to Terrace from our hotel, about 15-minute walk from our hotel. It's a lovely upscale restaurant right on the beach. We knew again we were going to get a fantastic sunset from here, and we did. The food was a little bit more expensive here, but worth it because it was delicious. And Finn made lots of little friends there, which was really cute. And he enjoyed having a walk on the beach with Adam while we were waiting for our food to be delivered. Here he is with his little friends that he made. They were all watching The Stick Man, I think, and doing some colouring. None of them spoke English, of course, but for kids that really doesn't matter. The next day we ventured to the more north of the island again. We stopped off at Project Artisan, which has a really hippie vibe, which is exactly my kind of place. We had an absolutely delicious lunch here, and Finn ran around a little bit on the grass. After Project Artisan, we drove about 15 minutes to Phuket Adventure Village. It's like a giant indoor play area with trampolines and ball pits and all kinds of things. And of course, yes, Finn had a wonderful time here, and so did Adam. We spent a good few hours in here, and I highly recommend it if you have children. I managed to speak to a few families while we were in here and got a bit of advice about emigrating to Phuket. The family bring their children here on a regular basis, and they were British. There was not many British people around, I noticed. It was mostly Russian, but I spoke to a British expat family and got some insider information, some tips, which was absolutely brilliant.
That was the slowest ride ever.
Definitely hard pressed to say who had the most fun that day out of these two. We finished the day with Finn, exhausted and sleeping in the back of the car, and Adam and I drove up to Promtep Cape to take in the view. The next morning we ventured briefly down to Catanoy Beach before this storm rolled in and had us fleeing for the car. But yeah, a gorgeous little beach, and we will definitely go back there. That evening, after the storm cleared away, we went up to Banchon View restaurant for our tea, and this sunset actually made me cry. It was that beautiful. I've got to say that Phuket is probably the most beautiful place that I have ever been. Yeah, so there you go. Stunning. As we were getting towards the end of our holiday, we decided to drive over to Phuket Town and just to have a look around there and look at the gorgeous colonial buildings. We found this cute little cafe that's Oasis of Phuket Town that served these amazing and very naughty shakes, which you'll see in a moment. A really cute little place that was shaded from the sun, and his very, very naughty chocolate brownie and pretzel drinks. Delicious. And of course, Finn made some new friends, but I do think that he just wanted her drink. After the cafe, we did a little bit of temple spotting. This is not an activity for families really, unless your children are a little bit older. I'll definitely want to come back to Phuket Town to have a look at the temples properly with Adam. I like to go inside and really look around, and that's just not his idea of fun at the moment. He's a little bit too young. But Thailand is known for its stunning temples, and we've been in some incredible ones in Bangkok. On the way back home, we popped into the very popular and very busy Three Monkeys restaurant, which is right in the jungle. Really amazing place, and you just feel like you're sitting in the jungle while you're inside the restaurant. It really is a beautiful, beautiful place. And it had interesting drinks. So Adam's is like an iced coffee. Mine was a rose tea, which was delicious. I love anything rose, so that was right up my street. And then I had a little walk around and had a look at the area on the roof, which I believe you can book if you want to eat up there. It had really stunning views over the rainforest and really interesting places that you can sit. They're quite Instagrammable, as you can see from this lady who's posing. And now we've arrived at New Year's Eve. So the three of us went out to play pool and foosball and listen to some live music. We had a really, really lovely evening, had some food as well. The plan was for Adam to go out and for Finn and I to go back to the room, because I knew that he would not make it to midnight. So that's exactly what we did. After we had some time together, I popped back to the room with Finn, and Adam went to Terrace and had a fantastic time on the beach with fireworks and the lanterns, and I got to watch the fireworks from the bedroom. And how Finn slept through the noise of the fireworks, I will never know. They were all around me, and yeah, it was a great night. Obviously, I would probably prefer to have gone out as well, but when you have a family, you don't really have that choice. So maybe next year we can take him out and he can enjoy the fireworks. A couple of days later, we needed to pop to the hospital for our PCR test for us to fly home. So of course, we got donuts while we were there. And thank goodness those tests were all negative. And sadly, packing day has arrived. So we just started. Well, Finn reads. I'm really, really gonna miss this view. And on what turned out to be our last day, for reasons I'll explain later, we decided to go on a boat trip. We went over to the Kai Islands. Truly stunning places. We wanted to take Finn on a boat so he could have that experience. The Kai Islands were definitely gorgeous places, but a piece of advice I definitely want to give is there was a lot of glass in the water and in the sand on all of the islands that we visited, which was a real shame. It looks like people are just not keeping these islands as tidy as they should be. So if you're going to go on a boat trip, I recommend that you take some of those soft sort of sand shoes that you can wear in the water, just especially for children, just to make sure that you don't step on any glass. We were lucky we managed to get away with that. There was also a lot of those spiny sea urchins, black spiny sea urchins, and 3 people in our little group stood on them. So those soft shoes would protect you from those as well. But other than the unfortunate issue with the glass on these islands, they were truly beautiful places.
Oh, I love that little video of him there at the end, living his best life on the beach. I've never seen him smile so much, so yeah, I wanted to show you that, and it's not in very good quality for some reason, but it was essential to keep that in. So the saga of the last couple of days and why the video came to such an abrupt end after we went to Kai. Unfortunately, Finn got food poisoning on the second to last day. We went for dinner at a restaurant close to the hotel that we'd eaten in before, and we were absolutely fine. But this time we think that he picked something up in the restaurant and he was then sick for the next couple of days. So we just stayed in the room and tried to help him get better so that we could travel home. I did think, oh, are we going to end up in hospital here and we miss our flight? But he managed to be well enough to leave. He basically slept the entire way back because he was exhausted, he wasn't eating. Poor thing. But that's the risk you take when you travel with a family. Somebody might get ill, and yes, that happened to us, but we coped with it, and we didn't panic. We stayed calm and just looked after him the best we could. Within a day of us getting home, he was absolutely fine. It was definitely really sad to see him so unwell, but I don't think it put him off the holiday at all, because he looks at videos and photos all the time of our trip and he laughs and giggles, so he has fond memories of it, and I'm sure that when we go back this year he's going to be ecstatic with being back on the beaches and in the jungle. So that's it. I really hope you enjoyed our Phuket vlog, and I will be back soon with our Dubai vlog. Bye.